Athamas and Ino. So then Bacchus's divinity was hymned throughout all Thebes, and Ino everywhere told of the gods her nephew's mighty power. Of all the sisters she alone was spared sorrow, except her sorrow for their sake. Her pride was high, pride in her children, pride in Athamas, her husband and the god, her foster child. And this in Juno's sight was more than she could bear. That strumpet's child, she mused, had power to change those mariners and sink them in the sea, to make a mother murder the son she bore, to wrap those 3 daughters of Menaias in fantastic wings. Can Juno then do nothing but lament wrongs unavenged? Is that enough for me? Is that my only power? But he himself teaches me what to do. One may be taught even by one's enemy. The power of madness is demonstrated more than well enough by Pentheus's murder. Why should Ino not be stung to madness too, and take the road of frenzy where her kin have shown the way? There is a dropping path in twilight gloom of deadly yews. It leads through silent slopes down to the underworld, where sluggish Styx exhales his misty vapors. By that path new ghosts, the duly buried dead, descend. There in a wan and wintry wilderness the new wraiths grope to find the way that leads to Hades' city and the cruel court of swarthy Dis. Countless broad entrances that city has, and portals everywhere open, and as the sea from every land receives the rivers, so that place receives the spirits, every one. No multitude finds it too small, it never knows a crowd. There the shades wander without flesh or blood or bones. Some gather in the central square, some throng the courts of hell's infernal king, some busy with their skills that mimic life, and some enduring their due punishment. Hither Queen Juno forced herself to go, so huge her hate and anger. From her home in heaven she entered, and the threshold groaned under her holy tread. Immediately Cerberus sprang at her with his 3 heads, and gave 3 barks together. Juno called the sisters born of night, divinities implacable, doom-laden. There they sat, guarding the dungeon's adamantine doors, and combed the black snakes hanging in their hair. And when they recognized her through the gloom, the sisters rose. The dungeon of the damned, that place is called. There giant Tityus lies stretched across 9 acres, and provides his victuals for the vultures. Tantalus can never catch the water, never grasp the overhanging branches. Sisyphus chases and heaves the boulders, doomed to roll forever back. Ixion's wheel revolves, always behind himself, always ahead. The Danaids who dared to do to death their cousin husbands carry endlessly the water that their sieves can never hold. At all of them, but chiefly at Ixion, the child of Saturn glared, then turned her gaze to Sisyphus. And why should he, she said, of all the brothers suffer punishment forever, while proud Athamas resides in a rich palace, he who with his wife has always held me in contempt? She explained her hatred's cause, and why she came, and what she wanted. What she wanted was the fall of Cadmus's house, and Athamas dragged down to crime and horror by those sisters 3. Prayers, promises, and orders, all in one, she poured and begged their aid. When she had done, Tisiphone, dishevelled as she was, shook her white hair, and tossed aside the snakes that masked her face. There is no need, she said, of rigmaroles. Count your commands as done. leave this unlovely realm and make your way back home to the more wholesome airs of heaven. Juno went blithely back, and Thaumas's child, the rainbow, as she entered heaven again, purged her with sprinkled drops of cleansing rain.